listening to an exclusive on PodHub Network. Your city, your podcast.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to NS9 NFT. I am your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, as always, welcome back, Jim Rosati from Northside Notch.
Happy to be here. How you doing?
I'm doing well. As always, can't really complain too much about whatever is happening in life. So, life is good.
Yeah, I can't either. Life's going pretty well. Can't complain.
Now, what I will say is, again, we're 2 weeks away from the end of the year. Not quite sure how that happened, but
seriously, I feel like just these last 2 years have been the slowest years ever, just because with all of this COVID stuff.
Right.
But then at the same time, it's you look back on the last 2 years, what in the hell did we even do?
No.
I guess the answer is nothing. We didn't do anything.
Time doesn't make any sense. I don't understand the timeline. Like you said, everything seems slow and yet fast.
I don't get it.
Life is slowly, quickly escaping us.
Yeah, 2022 is just around the corner. So
for real,
we only got one more show in this year, and then I can use the whole "see you next year" line.
Stop it! You did this last year. No. I will end the stream right now.
Can't wait.
The second
Can't wait
you say that, it's
Can't
done.
wait. Can't wait.
Where's Bart Scott? Can't wait. Yeah, but for real, the end of the year, Christmas is coming up, then New Year's. I don't know about you. Any big plans?
So we alternate. My wife and I alternate holidays. So we'll do either Thanksgiving at my parents', Christmas at hers, because my family's in Pittsburgh, her family's here in Kentucky. So this Christmas is a Kentucky Christmas. So
okay,
don't really have to travel too far for that. So that's always nice. My parents are coming down the week after Christmas. They're visiting us. So because they haven't been down in forever. So yeah,
well, nice.
Should be good.
So then you do get to see your family, yet you don't have to travel.
Correct. So it's
definitely a win.
Ideal. I do have to clean the house though and make sure that there's a guest room available for them. So
I mean,
yeah,
they're your parents though. It doesn't really matter. They're just glad to see you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't know really. Obviously, we live in Jacksonville, Florida, not with the family. They will not be coming to see me. So yeah, Mom, Daddy, for watching. A little bit of guilt trip. I mean, Jim's parents are coming to see him, but mine are not.
You're a little farther away. So
Yeah,
that's 6 hours for
away.
me. Yeah.
But
It doesn't require a
regardless.
flight.
True. Yeah.
Which flights next week? I don't know if you've ever tried flying the week after Christmas.
I actually have not.
I realized, I figured it wouldn't be that bad because I've done it before for some bowl games. I don't know what it is about this year. Flights are ridiculous. I tried getting tickets to Dallas for Louisville's bowl game this year, and it's just I'll have to spend over $1,000 on round trip tickets to Dallas, which doesn't make sense because usually Dallas is a super cheap place to fly into. And
Really?
yeah, I mean,
Is it just because of the bowl game?
No, I think it's just because of holidays.
Wow.
It's definitely not
That
the bowl
sucks.
game. It's the first responders bowl, DiNardo. I don't think there's that much of a demand for it.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be nice, Jim. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
well.
they're playing the Air Force. So those people don't even need to get on a plane. They have their own. They have their own planes.
Stop it. Just stop it, Jim. All right. On that note, let's move forward. So we have a show tonight. It's not too much. Again, not a whole lot's been going on in the sports collectibles NFT world, I guess you could say, between Tops and Candy and what have you. But what I will say is, you can see at the title of the show, what we're going to talk about majorly is Candy has released their updated roadmap. We've been like getting teasers of like what they want to do, right? And here's this, here's that little nugget, little piece of candy for us. But now we have an official roadmap from Candy. They released this past week. I should probably put it on the stream here so we can see it. But
yeah, let's go ahead and bring it up.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about that tonight. And also Candy releasing a blog. But I figured let's start with the roadmap, because that's what everyone wants to know. We've been talking about this marketplace. We've been talking about all kinds of stuff, what things going to happen. So here is the official roadmap. Let's start, of course, with what we all knew, but official. So they are going to launch the secondary marketplace, right? We do know that will be January 15th. So again, we're talking about how things are creeping up. That's coming up on us now too, Jim.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I know we talked a little bit about it. Like, I don't know if either of us know what to expect when that happens. Like, are there gonna be a bunch of collectibles that are, ripe for the taking and listed super cheap, or are people going to be asking for the moon for this stuff? I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens when the marketplace opens up.
Yeah, man, I'm right with you. We talked last week. Still the same. I mean, that's why I'm so anxious. I just want to see how people value this stuff. And I think I'm with you. You're going to see both. You're going to see both spectrums.
I think so.
You're probably going to see some of the quick flips. That's like, this moment's been burning a hole in my pocket. I want to get rid of it and sell it. And then, I mean, still probably make a decent amount of money on it. But in some people's eyes, that decent amount of money might seem like you're an idiot. Why'd you sell so cheap?
Well, you got to think what packs were the first drop. They were $50 a piece, right?
Yes. Yep.
So, if you just say everything in the pack, the sum of its parts, equals the pack, I would imagine you're not going to see too many things less than $15, $20. If you do, they'll be gone like that, I would imagine.
Right.
So yeah, I'm curious on like what the floor is going to be. Like, is the floor going to be $50? Like, if you see something for less than $50, it gets snatched up right away. I'm curious. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm with you. Like, you figure if the cheapest was a $20 moment,
like, how much are your 5 common Gregory Sotos going to be?
I don't know about that one, but everything but the Gregory Sotos. No, even those,
yeah, I mean,
just again, like what we're speaking on. I mean, if that was the floor, which I could imagine, that's probably I'm sorry, Gregory, that's probably the least wanted moment of the packs, right? So if Gregory Soto is your standard, right, that's the floor. Like, does that go for $20? Does someone say, okay, there's $20 I can get, it's still, if you look at it as a third, right, it's still more than what you would get, right? So the other parts, like if you had 3 Gregory Sotos and you sold each of them for $20, that's $60. You at least made your money back. Are people looking at it that way? Is someone going to say, well, let me get my money back? Or like you're saying, is that going to be the floor? Like, that's $50.
I mean, I think you got to kind of look at like what their previous stuff has done, right? I mean, you look at like what are those World Series rings going for, and then the Stadium collection, like the Stadium series, like those Stadium series have a similar mint, run of
That's true.
What these have. So you're looking at those Stadium series, and they're all going for over $100, like the cheapest ones. So maybe that's the floor. I don't know.
Now,
Because these
mind
are
you,
a
they
lot
were
cooler.
they were
These are,
$100 to
yeah.
purchase.
I mean, these are cooler than those.
But
You know what I mean?
they are.
Like
They are.
one's just a picture of a artistic rendition of a stadium, and then these are actual players, and sometimes there's highlights attached to them and things like that. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to expect. I have a feeling you may see some people. I'm thinking like $50 Donardo is like a floor. Like I would be surprised if we see too many things listed for less than $50. I think that's
Me
probably
personally,
a floor.
yeah.
No, I think
I would
think
be
that's
shocked.
I think that's the floor.
But I'm sure someone's going. Like someone's going to be like, I gotta get rid of this Gregory Soto. Let me post it for $30. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just what I do know. Well, I should say what I do anticipate is there's going to be a lot of action that day. I mean, everyone's anticipating it. Everyone's waiting for January 15th to come. Once that marketplace opens, I think you're going to see a lot of selling and a lot of buying because you're going to see those people put up for 30, 40, $50, right? And then you're going to see people waiting for people to put up for that amount. And that's what I think is kind of cool because you're going to find out what this marketplace is. And it's probably going to take about a week to really gauge it. Right. Because again, you're going to feel like someone says that Gregory Soto is $50. But in someone else's mind, that's like, there's nothing I'm selling less than $200 a piece. Nothing here. There's nothing here I'm selling less than $200. So if they see a Gregory Soto for 100, they might be saying, "Oh, I'm scooping that up. This is the deal."
You're right.
I just think you got so many viewpoints on how this could go. Now, personally, I'm hoping that Gregory Soto is $200 because I don't anticipate on selling anything. But I'll probably looking at the marketplace to try to scour some things. But again, it's kind of hard because again, I might think that $100 is a deal. And then we find out these aren't as valued as you and I maybe anticipated or whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, doubt it, but
yeah. And then you also have to consider, everybody who got in on this first drop is going to be super limited on what they have. There's not too many people out there who have like a ton of collectibles, right? So then,
especially the prospects.
Right. So are you then going to see a lot of people who want to, hey, maybe I want to complete this set. Like I want to get this set. And there's only so many out there. And there's so that right there alone will drive a lot because you got to think there's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to want one of everything.
Yeah. And not even so much the set. Obviously, there's going to be people who want to go and do that. I mean, your big time collectors probably want to go ahead because I know there's going to be rewards. They've teased that, which we'll get here in a second. But just the actual true collectors, you only were able to get one pack of the prospects, right? 3 players. I mean, what if you wanted the prospect from your team that you didn't get, like Nick Gonzalez, right? Like, what if you didn't get Nick Gonzalez, which you didn't?
Nope.
And you want Nick Gonzalez because that's your dude. You're going to go in the marketplace to find Nick Gonzalez. So not even maybe just for value, but just players that you want now you're going to be able to get. But again, it's limited because that's these packs don't have high mint counts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be once it's launched, there's going to be a whole lot of action, and I mean, it seems like they've got a lot of stuff in store for us. So it should be an exciting beginning of 2022.
The other thing too, we didn't really talk about this too much, but and I guess we can state this. Candy more or less did state that the jerseys using Fanatics, right? All the people collecting that, getting that email and signing up, they've signed up 30,000 new users since that jersey drop. So think about, not saying all 30,000 like really even care, right? Most of them, I'm sure at least a good portion just got a free jersey and that's why they're there. But how many have now been added to Candy or interested in Candy and they don't have a pack, of course, because they weren't here. Right. We didn't really anticipate the growth that they would already have before another pack would come out. So now what if you're getting more people that are like, oh, I want to get in this and they have to buy secondary? You might have more buyers than you have sellers.
Potentially. I mean, you've got 25,000 people in the Discord. That doesn't necessarily mean all of those folks are active, but then you also are going to have people who are active who aren't in the Discord too, right?
Right.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I don't really have any plans to sell anything, so I'll just be looking to see, like you mentioned, I got to scoop up a Nick Gonzalez. Like that's just a must. Brian Reynolds, and yeah, anything that I say, if there are deals to be had, I feel like I'll be pretty active.
I'll admit I might look to sell. I have 3 Gregory Sotos, I believe. So I might look to go and recoup what I can on those Gregory Sotos, so I can use that to reinvest into maybe a Juan Soto. I don't know. Call me crazy.
Yeah, different Soto.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I was looking through mine. I don't think I have any duplicates. Otherwise, I might do that. Like I would, like if I had a duplicate of somebody,
yeah,
I would maybe sell that and get something else, right? But yeah, I was just looking. I don't have any.
So. Damn. I mean, that's a good thing though. You don't have to worry about buying one. You have all unique cards, so
yeah,
moments.
I don't need to worry about buying a Juan Soto.
Shut up, Jim. Or a Tatis Jr.
Or a Trout.
Oh, that's right. God, do I hate you. Seriously. You and Tong are my biggest nemesis.
Yeah, I'm like that raw, like that rare Tatis. Wonder what that'll be going for day one.
It's kind of funny. I vaguely remember what I even have because it's been so long since I've really looked at them,
Mm-hmm.
I know I got the Busta Posey and Yachty Molina. I don't know. I could pull up here a little bit, but yeah, it's like it's kind of been out of mind, out of sight for a few months that I kind of forget what I got.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Right.
How many jerseys did you end up with?
4.
Okay. Same boat here. Yeah. I on our show last week, I was like, my plan was 2, but I ended up buying 2 more that last morning. So I'm up to 4. So we'll see if it's just like burn for like a one-time burn. I might be a little disappointed, but if it's like a multiple burn experience that you can have, I feel like getting 4 sets me up a little bit better.
Right. I'm with you, but I look at it this way. I would be better off being disappointed that I meant more than I needed than being disappointed that I didn't. That's how I looked at it. So sure, if there's just one, I'll sit back and say, damn, I tried to outsmart them and I lost. However, I'd rather have that feeling than, holy hell, I could have had this drop that's, I could have burned this jersey and now I have this that's selling for like $9 billion and I was too cheap for that $75 to do so.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so I'm glad I got those extra 2. So I'm curious. I guess we'll find out sometime mid-January on hopefully what we can do with those things.
Yes. Yep. So as you can see at the bottom of the ticker right now, if you did get the bundle through Fanatics, right, you got that email because you spent $100 to get a jersey. You still have until January 16th to mint it. So, and currently, let me put this.
There's about 36,000, I think.
I had it up here. So the most current is 37,270. That is where we are at.
Might get to 40, depending on if people click their link.
Yeah, I think so. And you know what? There's still a good amount of volume coming in. We can talk about that since we're here.
Like there are a lot being minted.
If you look at the contract, 2, 7, 13, 28 minutes, 29 minutes, 29 minutes, 29 minutes, 42 minutes, 42, 47. Yeah, they're coming in pretty steady.
Okay.
So
just taking a while for people to open their email.
yeah, I imagine. I don't know how many fit on a page, but just on this whole page is 5 hours ago.
All right.
Second page is 8 hours ago. So assuming that's probably 50 on a page, 100 in the last 5 hours, it's not bad.
Yeah, so it's steady.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if a whole month going
And
by
those
as
are
well,
all free ones. So those are all part of the bundle package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
correct. So I can
Cool.
see 40,000 mint total.
Yeah, I think so.
So Dave asks, whose jersey did you get? So yeah, there's no actual player jersey. This was all specifically what we showed last week, the Team Candy jerseys, which eventually you can burn for something. We just don't know quite yet what it is. But yeah, these are the jerseys we're talking about. Which is still so fun to see still every time. such a great animation.
It's the same. I want them to like change the animation. Like for Christmas, I could have done like a Christmas jersey. Or like what if they would have changed it to like an ugly Christmas sweater jersey?
Did you not see that? I mean, I guess not specifically on.
There was something in the Discord, wasn't there?
If you do it's here.
Is that it? No, it's the other one.
That's not it.
Yeah.
To
the left. Yeah. Yeah. Like they should have done that. Like they should have like changed the jerseys.
But like that is sweet.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, I'm sorry, just Candy gets it. Like they just get it. In my eyes. But back to the roadmap. Okay.
Back to the roadmap. Yeah.
So launching the secondary marketplace. Next thing up is being able to transfer and cash out. Why is that a big thing? Well, just because if you're having sales, they allow you to actually take your money out and put it back in your banking account. We talked about your issue last week, Jim, with Tops.
Yeah. It does. I haven't tried it yet today, but they did announce that they think that's fixed. So we'll see. I saw money just sitting in there.
So Top's having actual issues with theirs, but I know they allow it. If you remember or recall, I don't know, Top Shop back in the old days when it first started, up until I want to say like April of this year, you actually couldn't cash out. So you could put money into it, but you couldn't take your money out. So basically on day one of the marketplace opening up for Candy, you'll be able to cash out. So good news for all the paper hands. And then transaction history, which sure. Let's
have that clearly.
So it sounds like that's the first stage of the roadmap. We know the marketplace is on the 15th of January, so we assume all that's going to be on the 15th. The next set, right? The next stage, but they haven't like really said any time frames on these, but all this is going to be within the next coming months, they say. Take that for what it is. So the next thing they'll have is international payments. So that's kind of cool because I know that's been a little bit of like their issue on these packs. You know, that it's very limited on who could purchase them. So eventually international payments will be welcomed, right? So we can get more people into the space. Cool.
And that's a big deal. I mean, especially in baseball, like it really is. It's like a worldwide sport. So not only do you have Canada, right? I mean, you've got the Blue Jays in Canada, so you've got a pretty good fan base there. But you also have
the Rays,
and in the future the Montreal Rays, yeah. But you also have like Japan and like South Korea. Those, you know, they were big into Major League Baseball, especially like the players who come over here. So, you know, one of the reasons why Ohtani baseball cards have shot up the way they have is not only is he super popular over here, but he's also like a superstar over in Japan. So you have like an entire other market that drives the price of his stuff up. So having international payments is a big deal.
Definitely makes a lot of sense. And like the two places you just talked about too seem to be pretty savvy in the NFT space. So they're probably waiting for that to take place. The next thing is also crypto payments. That's not going to be initial, but that will open up shortly. Crypto payments, which more or less you'll be able to, I'm sure, just use ETH, right, instead of actual dollars to purchase stuff. Which is also nice because a lot of people are NFTs. They already have these wallets, right? Digital crypto wallets that they want to use instead of using cash. So able to do that, transfer back and forth. This is cool. So customize my collection experience, right? Right now we're more or less speculating on stuff, but that's one thing we said. Like the site looks pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they're going to be able to enhance it on different ways. One of them being my collection. You get to customize it. I'm not sure how that is, but
yeah, I mean, I think you at least can think of, hey, they're going to be able to add filters and search, so things where you can filter things out. Like if you don't want to see your plays of the day and your jerseys with your moments, you can kind of separate them out if you'd like. I feel like that's a pretty easy feature to add. And I mean, it's similar to Top Shot, right? I feel like Top Shot's done a pretty good job with the way that they handle your collection, within your My Moments, where you can filter between set, you can filter player, right? So you can do all those things in the Top Shot collection. So I would imagine those are we'll see those features in Candy here eventually.
Same. That's kind of how I look at it. And then the next thing is share full collections and showcases. So this again seems like probably like with that filter, right? Like you have the collection of the prospects. You'll be able to share that. So probably like a link or something to like display just that set of players or the collection, whatever it may have you, that you can display it or share it wherever you want. Not that Top Shot doesn't really have that. They can do the showcases, but as far as the collection, not so much. But still, I mean, it's nice. It's nothing earth shattering, but it's definitely nice. It's enhancements to the site in itself.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, these are just things to customize and make the user experience a little bit better. And I said, right now you can tell when you go into your collection page, like it's a clean layout. There's just not a whole lot you can do with it yet. So
right.
Just the more things you can do with it, the better it's going to get.
Right. So that's the next stage. Now it kind of incorporates it, right? We talked about the crypto payments, right? So the next thing is the custodial wallet integration, also the bridge to Ethereum. So this seems more or less like the utility of, the people who like to use ETH, right? Like to use crypto and such. The bridge to Ethereum, right? Everyone has their OpenSeas account. We've talked about some of the stuff that you mentioned that Candy's already done, as far as like the Stadium Series, the Dodgers World Series stuff. You can already buy that and purchase that on OpenSeas and such. So this you'll be able to bridge and put it into your MetaMask, is my assumption here with what they're talking of. And that way you can list it on OpenSeas if you choose to or whatnot. So there's that functionality to it.
Well, I think there's that. And then I think there's also, going the other way is probably going to be attractive for people too. So, right now, if you want to buy something on OpenSeas, you're paying for it in Ethereum, but you're also paying, all these other hidden, gas fees and stuff, right? You got to pay that gas. So if you can take something off of OpenSeas, put it onto the Candy marketplace, maybe you end up making more money. The buyer ends up paying less money. Everybody wins. It's a win-win-win for everybody, Yeah. Win-win-win. So it's one of the rare 3 wins.
The triple W. I like it.
But then it also, like I said, if you have somebody who, wants to put it in OpenSeas and they want to put it out there for all those people and have it, a larger community that can see it, it can be there too. So Yeah, it's just another feature that if you want to utilize it, I think it's important for some people. I don't know if it's that important for like me necessarily.
Mhm.
But for some people, I could see that being pretty valuable.
I think that's a good way of putting it. I don't think everyone's going to really care too much about that, but for the ones that do, they have that option. What I just ultimately think, and you state it because of gas and such, I just think ultimately having your own marketplace on your site is the best thing. So like what Candy already has is what Top Shot, or I should say what Candy is going to have is what Top Shot already has, what Tops already has, like your own internal platform where you don't have to worry about fees and transfers. You just go on there and purchase, right? And people have the opportunity to do so with dollars, with ETH, what have you. So I mean, I think this is the best way of doing it. Like you mentioned, to me, it's not that big of a deal, but there could certainly be others who want to put into MetaMask or want to do whatever, and this allows them for it. So, I mean, it's cool to have the option.
Yeah, I mean, this would probably be pretty attractive for those people who have, like, if like that guy who has the one of one legendary Otani, right? Like maybe that works better on OpenSeas, right? Because that no one's gonna. Maybe people's credit cards don't have that high of a limit to pay for it on a regular marketplace. Whereas, they could say, "Hey, I'm going to give you, 4 Ethereum for it," something like that. But
true,
yeah,
true, and just just exposure too,
right?
God, I wish
Or
I had
that, or that one of one trout that's in one of my packs.
That's in one of your packs.
Yeah,
or that legendary JJ Blade that one of our followers got apparently.
Yeah, that's a
snuck
huge
up and
one.
told us the other day. He's like, wait a minute, how come we didn't know about this? Come on, Ben. He just drops it out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's just like, well, what about this one?
Yeah, well, no, because you and I were talking about the JJ Blade.
I think I just randomly said, like, what would a JJ Blade go for? And then he drops it and he goes, how about this JJ Blade?
Yeah, you're like, what's a legend? I think you're like, what's a rare JJ Blade gonna go for? And then he's like, well, what about a legendary? Because that's what I have. Like, are you kidding me? You have first off, you have a legendary,
right?
No one knew about it. If I had a legendary, everyone would know about it.
I'd be like that guy who has the Otani, just posted every day in the Discord.
Seriously. Yeah, he's just quietly
like,
oh yeah,
oh look what I have.
Got a legendary one of one moment.
Yeah,
no big deal. But yeah. So I guess the next thing to me is really, really cool. So we talked about the website, right? Enhancements to it. This I feel like is a lot of personal enhancements, which I think is something the community would really enjoy. So full community experience, which is badging, collector score, and favoriting. Let's start with the badging. So obviously I think we're somewhat familiar with badges on Top Shot, and we're going to use a lot of the other, I feel like we compare Top Shot a lot, but they're the OGs, right?
Yeah, I think we're going to probably compare mostly to Top Shot because it's also what people are most familiar with, and they've been doing it the longest. They're the furthest along of anybody. Yeah,
true. So Top Shot has actually announced as well what they're doing is they're going to start doing badges. Like if you collect a set, you yourself will get a badge. We're accustomed to like, okay, this guy's got the rookie badge, this guy's got the debut badge, stuff like that. And what they're going to start doing now is you, Jim, can now earn badges on your account. So, as collectors, you like to show off. The stage before this is going to be able to share your collections to people, right? Well, now when those people click on your collection that you want to show off, they're going to show your name there, right? It's going to say Northside Notch, and you're going to have a list of all your badges. You can say, look at me, I'm better than you. So I think that's
like
cool.
That. I like that idea. You'll probably be flashing your Top Shot badges over me. You'll have more badges probably.
I mean, maybe, I guess.
But
it's like I have stuff in Top Shot. I have this collector score, but it's like I don't really have too many really, really cool things in Top Shot.
But I got more candy packs than you. So my candy badges compared to yours, we're gonna have to change this dynamic here where I'm on the bottom and you're on the top right now. I'll have to be on the top.
So you say that, Jim, but I'm going to have the complete set of Gregory Sotos.
Yeah.
So
You'll just have every Gregory Soto ever minted.
and every mint, every tier is going to have a big picture of Gregory Soto next to my name.
Yes.
Because I do have 3 of them.
You might as well just get all of them.
You
might as well at this point.
I'm going to corner the market. No one's that. There you go. Because there's eventually going to be, as we talked about, there's eventually going to be a challenge where you have to collect everything. I'm going to have every Gregory Soto. You have to at least pay me $1,000 to get one if you want that challenge.
Or there's going to be a challenge where it's like you need to get all of the people who had a save tonight, and Gregory Soto will be one of them. And everybody's going to need a Gregory Soto, and you're going to have every single one of them. And you can just set the market.
He's going to be the new Bones.
Yes.
Moment goes from $30 to $400 overnight.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the new Bones.
There you go. But yes, so I like the badge thing. Just for the fact, again, just like we like that self gratification. You like to see what you're doing and accomplishing, and you get a badge next to your name. It's going to make you want to do things. I want to get more involved in the space so I can get that badge. Makes a lot
especially if you can like flaunt it in the Discord and stuff too.
Ooh.
Like maybe you get a badge next to your name or a different color,
maybe that badge gets burned into your jersey in the metaverse as well.
That would be cool if your jersey in the metaverse has your badges.
How about
like patches, like a patch?
Right.
That's pretty neat. That's a cool idea.
What a way to show off. Not only do I have this jersey, right, with 4 others on my shoulders because I bought too many of them, but I have these badges all over too to show off, right? So my jersey is even more unique than yours.
It's kind of like how Ohio State has the little Buckeye stickers all over their helmets. Yeah. You can just show off your little stickers on your jersey.
There you go. I like that idea. If you're listening, Candy, I like that idea. All right. So next up is the collector score. What I like about this is we already know Candy's not going the route of what Top Shot did to put so much into the collector score to be able to get a chance to have some stuff, because ultimately what they're doing is there's no such thing as a base pack that's nothing but commons, right? In every pack, as we experience, right, when you open up, you still have the possibility of getting common, uncommon, rare, all those tiers. Of course, your legendary JJ Blades. You have that chance of getting all that, right? So that's what I think our beef with the collector score and Top Shot came in, because for you, Jim, you really have to grind to get a good collector score to be able to get in these drops like what's happening tomorrow. If you didn't have a good collector score, there's no way of getting into it.
Right. Yeah, that is one thing I really, really like what Candy's doing, and Tops for that matter is doing the same thing that Top Shot isn't doing, right? In Top Shot, you've got common base packs, there's rare pack drops, and then there's legendary pack drops. In order to qualify for those rare and legendary pack drops, you have to have a certain collector score, right? Whereas, what we saw with this first Candy drop is, everybody gets the same packs, but each pack has different rarities that you can get within the pack. And there's, odds at getting those, just like you would if you were to buy a pack of cards at, your local card shop, right? It's the exact same way. There's no such thing as a common, this is a common pack, this is a rare pack, this is a legendary pack. They're all in the same box and they all have the same odds of getting the same stuff. So I really like that with Candy. I hope they don't go away from that, because that's a cool feature that, somebody just starting off can have the exact same chance of getting a rare NFT as someone who was there day one. I feel like there are ways to reward your longtime people and early adopters, but you don't want to do it in a way that shuts out new people, right? And I feel like Top Shot's kind of gone down that road where if you're a newer collector, like the only thing you can do is get these $9 base packs. Like you don't really have anything else, right?
And they're just filled with $2 or $3
$2 to $3 moments, right?
Moments.
Yeah.
That's it.
Whereas, if you want to get the good stuff, you have to have done a lot up to that point. So I like what Candy's doing and how they're handling the pack situation so far. It's just one drop, but the way that they did that, I really like it. So I hope they keep it that way.
Yep. I don't think they would like deviate from that. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think they've shown like that's what they're going to do, adding the collector score while keeping that. So like what I like about this is still having a collector score for the same reason with the badges, right? The collector score still has that meaning. You can say, I have a score of 5,000. Meanwhile, you little peons only have 200. Look at me. I mean, that's part of it. You get the experience.
Yeah.
That. It doesn't mean though that I get every drop and you don't get any, right? We each get all these drops and I have just the same chance of getting something that you do. But I could see maybe there are some like limited drops, so like it's not just all the maybe like a good example is tomorrow for Top Shot. They're releasing the Christmas stuff, right? Like the Christmas jerseys back in 2010. Like I could see maybe Candy has like this special drop for those with a good collector score that rewards those people.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean if I'm coming in from day one and 3 years from now to Candy, I can never get a rare card. I can get a rare card every pack I get. Mm-hmm. So I could see maybe they do use some stuff to, that there's still an incentive to have a good collector score, right? It entices you to collect. And then you get access to maybe this or that. So there'll be some stuff, but it doesn't just take everyone out that's not been in from day one and say, well, there's no point of doing this. So I do like that they are adding a collector score. I would like to see how they utilize that.
Yeah. And I kind of like the idea of maybe, if you have a certain collector score, like maybe you get put into a different queue where you have a, like kind of how Top Shot does like a priority queue and then a general queue. Like maybe you make it so that the higher collector scores get better odds of even getting a pack, right? But the pack is still the same, right? Like that I could see. Like I feel like there's ways to reward your people who have been around and have a high collection without just like totally shutting people out. So there's ways to do it.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it too.
Yeah.
Because I don't foresee the drops being where we have 16,000 and there's 400,000 trying to get in, and then it's just all the OGs. I mean, there's still going to be enough supply where most people can get access to it. So I kind of like that. Mm-hmm. It almost not guaranteeing some of the high collector score, but giving them better odds. But you're not totally alienating someone who just got in. They still can get in, get one, and we each will get the same stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
I kind of like that idea.
And then after collector score is favoriting. Just assuming a way of keeping your eye on a moment. Like if you see one that's out there for $30, you can favorite it to see like where it goes. So you can like track maybe one moment or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is something that Top Shot actually just came out with this past week that I was I was always hoping that they would do this because like there's some Donovan Mitchell moments that I always kind of just keep checking on, the ones that I don't have. And so they added a watch list, right? So you could kind of add moments to a watch list. Mm-hmm. So I like that Top Shot did that. And so, yeah, that's something that I feel like that would be a good feature for Candy.
Yep. Fully agree. So there's the first three, the last and final stage of this new roadmap, which again, they state is going to be within the next few months. So a Candy loyalty program. Interesting. Now this, I mean, we can just speculate. It's not as if they're going, there's no precedent here. I don't know.
I mean, you could do Fanatics gift cards or something. Like, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
The fan cash,
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff they could do. Like, hey, with every dollar that you spend in the marketplace, like how you get this much fan cash on Fanatics, and then that's driving people to Fanatics, and then if you do this at Fanatics, you get an NFT, right? So it's like it just kind of keeps going back and forth, right? There's a lot. They're partner. The fact that they're owned by Fanatics, like, the sky's the limit on like a loyalty program, on like what they could do. They could offer you real stuff. They could offer you digital stuff. Like, there's a lot they could do there.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I mean, we have the fan cash, like you mentioned with Fanatics. I mean, Candy could have their own cash. They could have candy coins.
Yeah.
Eventually, you know,
Yeah.
so much you spend, you can have like a reward little wallet going on. You know, you've earned $5 you can spend on the Candy Marketplace now or something like that.
Yeah.
So again, I mean, like you said, the sky's the limit, but it's kind of cool seeing that that's something they want to do with this. The next thing is collection set challenges and rewards. So like what we alluded to, I mean, that's something that's out there already. They've already stated like there's going to be a challenge and reward based on this whole set, you know, getting a player from this entire set, which is quite a bit. And if the marketplace opens up and it's bullish to what we want it to be, it's going to be quite expensive as well. So
yeah,
I can only imagine, you know, like most stuff in like Top Shot, we use an example, right? Like most of the challenge rewards there is, it's usually like 5 to 10 moments you have to get, right? And sometimes those things cost you thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I mean, these are like these are like set challenges. So yeah, so like what do you get for putting together an entire set? Or maybe it's like certain pieces of a set. And then, you know, by this point, maybe there's been other sets released too. So who knows what there could be here. But yeah, the thing with yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that. I mean, you could complete a whole set of 150 different players or mini sets. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, again,
but it's another thing to drive, like stuff like that drives the marketplace, right? Like anytime something like that's going to be announced, you're going to see the marketplace getting much more active.
We love the challenges. I think that's one thing Top Shot has really discovered. Do more of them. And you're right. Now, you know, there's not a whole lot in Candy right now, right? We just have these 2 drops, so that's all we can speculate on. They've announced this, but of course, once more things start coming out, I'm sure have different ways of making challenges and such. Like you said, the sets, you know. But I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer to have these challenges and rewards because, like you said, it keeps people active for one. You know, I mean, if there's a drop today and the next drop's not for like 3 more weeks, do you just walk away and not look at your account again and come back in 3 weeks and that's it? I mean, that's not really like an experience that I'm sure Candy or most of these companies want. But if you start doing these challenges all the time, people are active on there, they're looking. And of course, if you have these challenges, you're looking on the marketplace because if I want to complete it, I'm going to go look for what I need to complete it and buy that. Or I'm going to sell it because there's not enough here and I'm going to sell this one piece. I'm going to sell my bones for $400 now. Right, and make out. Right. So like it just keeps the community and of course ultimately what's good for Candy and the entire site, that marketplace active.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we already have seen that. Yeah, like with Top Shot, anytime there's a challenge, those moments needed for those challenges, you know, they shoot up. So, and you mentioned again too, it not only does it drive engagement to the website, but I think it also drives engagement for the sport itself. So this whole thing is a partnership with Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball gave Candy their license to help with Major League Baseball as well, right? I talked about myself. I don't necessarily pay attention to the NBA on a day-by-day basis, right? I don't. But anytime they do one of these flash challenges, I pay attention to see, okay, who is doing what tonight? Who am I going to need? Who do I have already? Should I sell this? Should I pick up this guy? So it makes me get involved in the NBA when I previously wouldn't have been. So the same thing could happen with baseball too. You've got a lot of people, like, I mean, we're active in the Discord. So we know there's a lot of people in there, you know, they pulled an NFT of a guy and they're like, hey, is this guy any good? Right. And I mean, everybody's an all-star, so they're all good. Right. So it's right. Like, is this guy any good? So there's people in there who don't know baseball or follow baseball all that much. And by putting things like challenges in place, it drives them to the actual sport, which ultimately is what Candy wants and is ultimately what Major League Baseball wants too. It's good for everybody. It's another one of those rare win-win-wins, Donardo.
All I do is win, win, win. You're right, though, Jim. I mean, it is. It makes a lot of sense for everything. It's like I said, it's a no-brainer at this point in time. If you're doing something like this, to have challenges and rewards. So we have a comment as well, Justin Casey. So he does say, I don't know if you guys mentioned it before, but Michael Rubin is an absolute savage. Part owner of 76ers, the New Jersey Devils, CEO Fanatics, and he is involved in the music industry. I believe he played a huge role in getting Meek Mill out of prison. Yeah, I mean, actually, last week's show was about him. I mean, he was the number one sports influencer by the Sports Business Journal, I think it was.
SBJ, yeah.
So, yeah, again, like he is.
He's a big deal.
I have no complaints. Like he's great.
Yeah,
and to take it a step further, what we said back on the very first show, if I knew Candy, because again, when I heard of Candy, saw what they were doing, I was just like, whatever. If I actually researched it back then and knew who was involved with Candy, right? Michael Rubin and Gary Vee. If I knew they were there involved in Candy, that's all I would have needed to know. And I would have been all in at the time. That's why I kicked myself in the ass so much that I didn't purchase that early stuff, because I was like, I don't know what Candy is, and I don't know what this stuff is here. So I think I'm going to pass.
Well, it's funny because we knew, we were actually texting each other. We're like, check out this PNC Park NFT on Candy. And then I'm just like $100 for a picture of PNC Park. And I was like, I'm not doing that. But
That's
now look at that stuff.
That's how I was.
Yeah.
And on top of that, so with me, that's at the time where, of course, I was dabbling a little bit further than just Top Shot. And I'm like, I could buy PNC, but I was like, what if I bought Yankee Stadium, Wrigley, buy the, the big clubs and such, and still didn't. I still just should have. I don't know about this stuff. I mean, it's only $100, but at the same time, it's $100 for this.
Yeah.
It's not even the real stadium. It's some rendition, and I don't know. And what's Candy? What's this terrible? What's Candy? I'm not doing this. When's Topps coming out? Ooh, big mistake.
Yeah, geez.
Big mistake, Jim.
Yeah, let's not even talk about that.
Right. Oh, we're such dummies. But yes. So we talked about the challenge rewards. The next thing, so in stadium experiences. So we did hear, of course, the legendary, right? Getting your JJ legendary, Ben, that you're going to have a in-stadium or real life, I should say in-stadium, real life experience. That's been postponed as of right now. They're still working on it, I guess, because, of course, with COVID and all this happening. But I don't think this is directly just involved with that. I think this is just in general, they're just going to have in-stadium experiences. How or what? Again, the possibilities are just limited. And it's kind of what we've already talked about, maybe some ideas and speculation what they could do.
Yeah, I mean, you've mentioned, if a home run ball comes in your section, everybody is sitting in your section gets an NFT of that home run, or if you major league debut of a big player and you've got a ticket to that game. So yeah, there's a lot that you can do there. There's really, I mean, endless opportunities for in-stadium experiences. Honestly, you could do anything there.
And to me, again, it's just the fact that they identify it. They already know it. They're on it. We don't know what it's going to be, but they clearly have some type of a plan coming. And we know we're not going to be able to wear our jerseys into the stadium, right? They're just for the metaverse. But but maybe there's something, to that degree. Maybe there's wearables and such too, or there's going to be a Candy section set up where you can go and meet and greet. I don't know. Like you said, it's endless. But I'm just glad that they're seeing that and doing something with it.
Yeah, well, let's say a lot of things they can do there.
And lastly, NFT dynamic stats. So do you take this as of like information on that moment, or do you take this as we're going to update Brian Reynolds' stat line today because he hit another homer, so that's going to dynamically update on his moment?
I kind of take it as the latter, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could. I think it'd be the latter. Like maybe you have an NFT and their live stats are actually like attached to it.
How sick is that?
You kind of look at it as almost like if you were on a fantasy baseball website and you click on your player, you can see what their stats are. But in this case, you click on your NFT and you can see their stats, which then opens up the whole. And it doesn't show it on here yet, but then that kind of opens up to the next thing. Like, can you use these and kind of make fantasy games out of it or something? There's so many things you can do with this stuff. And like I said, we're not that the arrow keeps pointing up, right? So there's more stuff to come. I don't know how far Manny Machado hits this home run ball, but I guess at some point it just keeps going.
this one's not, it's Jim. This is going to the moon, baby.
Hopefully Manny just crushed this baseball.
Yep. And Tatis is coming up next, right?
Yeah, right.
It's going to keep going. I don't know about that. I read that and I'm just like, so is this talking about like the NFTs themselves? Like we're going to have stats on the NFTs where you can see like almost like a stock market, right? The marketplace. Or because I feel like that's not that cool. I don't know, to add to the roadmap and such. And I feel like that'd be more like with the site. I mean, it could be that, but like when I saw this too, I'm like, does this actually mean that like the stats on the cards, right? The moments you're going to get are going to be dynamic and therefore they can update. And you think about that, like when you're buying this stuff in season, if it's the 2022 drop and it's in April and you're getting something, it's not final. And that's what, especially, baseball cards are known for. Like they have stats on them and such.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Again, this is speculation, but I look at that and can think two ways.
Yeah. I mean, the whole saying goes like, look at the back of the baseball card, right? And then, it kind of paints a picture of who the player is. So maybe you do that just on the NFT.
Well, within a few months, we'll find out.
Yeah.
So there's
hopefully if we have baseball.
Yeah, that too.
It's a whole other story.
Right. So that's the updated roadmap. Very excited about all this. Again, most of it, I felt like we've heard about it. It's teased, but now you actually see it in motion. It's coming. And then some other stuff that we didn't really hear about. That's making me very bullish on Candy, what they're doing.
Yeah, good stuff. Like I said, I can't wait to see what there is to come for 2022. It seems like the community managers are really excited about what's coming. So, they're not necessarily like overselling it, but you can tell that they're excited about it. And so if they're excited about it, I'm going to be excited about it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What's also good to know is when they post stuff, you don't see tops emojis or emoticons in their Discord,
No,
can't say that the other way
don't.
around.
Yeah,
like when Tops posts, and I'm sorry, but we are officially down on Tops at the last drop. But when Tops post something on Discord, like hey guys, we still can't process our payments yet. And when you see, and Jim, you showed it to me the other day, but you see candy icons in the Tops Discord chat because everyone's down on them and saying can't wait for candy. Yikes.
Yeah, I saw that and I just started laughing. I mean, there were more candy like reactions than anything. I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, this isn't good. I was like, I feel so bad for these people.
Kind of do, but at the same time, you reap what you. I don't know. I kind of feel bad, like you said, but the product's been saying it's shaky is probably the most positive thing right now.
Right.
But I digress. So cool things coming, and right, that community in their Discord, right, in Candy is pretty awesome. And so they've actually had another thing we'll talk about. So it was just today it was announced. They tweeted out that Candy is going to start doing a blog. It's not like this. It's like earth shattering. Like, oh my God, they're doing a blog. I've never heard of a blog before. But what I'll say is it's just another way of like Candy, like adding on to the community. You know, they have that Discord. The community inside the Discord is pretty live. Some really good interaction. But things can get lost in Discord. You know, especially if it's been a few days you've looked. So like what I like about this is like, I know they have their announcement thing in Discord, but you can always just go to the blog, which it seems like they're going to be doing to get all of your updates, right? So if you see this blog, you tag it, whatever, I can put it I'll put the link here in the comments.
Yeah. blog.candy.com.
Live watchers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, pay attention to the blog, and that way you can always get your updates. It says they're going to be some things here in the blog. So products, be the first to know when packs, which athletes are getting the spotlight, and how our creative team is bringing our next gen collectibles to life. Drops, learn all the details before the buy button goes live. We'll share rarity structures, collection challenges, dynamic features, availability windows, and pricing drop day. Jim, noticed where they don't put a comma here.
Uh-oh.
Are you still in on Candy?
It must have been written by like a journalist. They don't know what they're doing.
There's no comma after Windows and before and. So are you back on the top train, or are you still on Candy? Because I know how emotional you are.
Yeah. I do get pretty emotional about the Oxford comma, but I'll let it slide here.
Okay. The next thing is features. So previews of upcoming features as we expand and evolve the Candy experience, Q&As with the team building them, and roadmaps of where we are going next. The next thing is partnerships. So not only will we keep you up to date on new stuff we're doing with Major League Baseball, the Race Team Alliance, and Sweet Future College athletes, we'll share announcements and any news relevant to the future of the business. And lastly, just to spice it up, hot takes. So we're fans and we have takes, whether it be debating the top shortstop in baseball, which of course is Kevin Newman, our favorite plays from the season or predictions. We're going to drop some knowledge. So, and lastly, what they say here, the biggest probably thing to take away, we may even sprinkle in some surprises for our Candy blog regulars. So check back often to make sure you have everything you need to know to make sure your collection's iconic. So I like it.
Yeah. Again, it's just another way to get information out because, like you mentioned, not everybody's either on Discord or sometimes stuff gets lost in Discord. So having a site that you can go to that's dedicated typically for what it is you're looking for, most likely, is good. Again, nothing earth shattering here, but yeah, it's a nice thing to add.
Right. That's how I feel. Yep. But again, they're making sure their product's out there. You're on top of it. You're aware. You have access to it. All the information. So I like it.
Yep.
So that's basically that. So there's the updated roadmap. There is the blog. As far as Candy goes, no news after that. Hopefully, once the new year comes, once January 16th passes, we'll find out what this jersey finally is. Because they won't tell us. They won't hint us.
Yeah, I tried getting them to drop a hint in a Discord, and I think you tried too. Nothing. Couldn't get anything out of them.
Nothing.
So
just some smart ass GIF response.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
So yeah, we'll see.
True. All right, so that's all for our Candy. We do like to end this with opening packs.
Yeah.
Clearly
Might as
nothing
well.
with candy, nothing with tops. We could buy some, but we're not.
Not,
Still available 3 weeks
not-
later.
Not gonna buy any more Tops packs ever again.
So you have top two, I believe, right?
I have 2 Top Shot packs. Yeah. So yeah, we can do those.
So let's see what you get here. Now, just a disclaimer so people know. I mean, I'll call myself out. So I did purchase 1 pack this week because I'm down on Series 3. I talked about last week, why I'm not really purchasing Series 3 packs. But I did buy one just to buy one. I was going to wait for the show to open it. I mean, I didn't even open it on Trash Cats when, I was with Tom. I was going to save it for our show. But as we talked about, Bones happened, man. There's a challenge. There's this guy who I didn't even know existed named Bones. And his moment went to $400. If I had waited till tonight, Jim, and I pulled that moment, I would have punched you in the face through the screen.
Yeah, I really hope he's not in one of these 2 packs because I wouldn't necessarily get upset, but it would be fitting. It would be because like Series 3, I haven't pulled anything out of this really. Right. I don't know how many packs. I mean, this is what drop 5. I think I've opened roughly 40 to 45 of these, and I haven't pulled a single rookie yet. So if one of these 2 has Bones and I'm like a day late on getting Bones, yeah, I won't be that thrilled. But
yeah, well, you know me, because it's hard enough for me to hold a pack anyways. Knowing that could have been in it.
So this is what I did though. So here's the moment that we're talking about, right? Bones Highland. So he was in the latest challenge. And there's only 4,000 of these, right? And really only 1,700 of them are owned. Like there's not a whole lot of them. But this was the part that got me, like the hidden in packs part. I was like, there's not a whole lot out there in packs. So I'm going to guess that I don't have one, right? So that's why I kept those 2 unopened, just so we have something to open here tonight. But yeah, this kind of threw a wrench in everybody's challenge over the weekend because this one moment was required, and it's down to $100 now, but it was up to $400 yesterday.
Yes,
basically.
Yeah.
So
the challenge went live. I was on Trash Cats. Got off it, and Tong and I both looked. It was $200, and we were just like $200. Like, what the hell for Tyler Hero? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And $200 was a steal. I should have bought it.
Yeah, at 200, you could have doubled your money.
I know.
At that point,
it's crazy.
So, all right. So let's get to packs. We want to go and open them. Get to ripping. All right. So I already opened 8 out of the 10 that I got from this drop. Didn't get anything worthwhile. I got a Russell Westbrook, like limited edition to 9,999, but it's like a $5 or $6 moment. So see what we can do. Cameron Payne.
That's what you would feel if that was Bones.
Right, if that would have been Bones.
No love for RJ Hampton, huh?
And Jimmy Butler. All right. We're going to have to do better than that, Donardo.
We are. I got faith.
I don't think I have that one, so. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I do either. Oh yeah, that one either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you lucked out.
Another Cameron Payne.
No bones, so you're good.
No bones. So only one of those was new.
Yeah,
Man.
that's
But
season
that's
3
series 3 for you, right?
Jinx. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We open packs.
not much in there.
So tomorrow there is another big drop with Top Shot. I don't qualify for the Deck the Hoops, but I do qualify for the MGLE, as do you. So hopefully we get those. But what I will say is I don't anticipate us opening them up next Monday because I'm sure there's going to be like a set of challenge rewards like almost immediately. And for you guys watching, I'm sorry, but
Maybe we can do like a really quick 5-minute pack opening if we get them.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Like an impromptu pack opening.
So if we get packs tomorrow, we'll have a little pack opening edition tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a late drop. I know for me, the rare one, it's 5 o'clock Pacific. So it's 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. For my general queue in the rare pack.
Yeah. So I'm in both. Yeah. So 12.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the other one. Oh.
I think it's a 5. Oh, no. 2. 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. Okay.
That's what it is. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So 2 and 5.
All right.
12, 2, 3. 3 and 5. 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. So you're in priority queue. I'm in the general.
Mm-hmm. But that's what's also unique too. They're having 2 special drops tomorrow at the same time. So
yeah,
I hope there's no issues. Top Shot.
Well, I feel like this one's it's more limited, right? So you're not having like everybody get on at one time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so hopefully they'll be able to handle it.
I hope so. But yeah, so if we do end up getting lucky, we'll come on tomorrow night, open some packs.
Yeah,
be a quick stream. So all right. Well, then I guess that's it. Anything else you want to add, say?
I don't think so.
Go to Team USA.
Let's go.
All right. We're out of here then. So hopefully we see you tomorrow night. But if not, we will be back on NS9 NFT next Monday at 9 p.m. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
See you guys.